Hello everybody, welcome back to another showcase video. In today's showcase, I'll be showing y'all how to make a sliding door system. I'm gonna play test here to show y'all what it looks like. First you spawn in, and you have your door, and your button here to open it, and when you click it, it opens up, you can walk through, it'll close, and you can open it back up when you're ready. So to make this, first you can go down into the description and grab the model I have there, and it'll give you everything I'm using right now except for these walls. I just add them in here for cosmetic effect. So first what you'll want to do is, once you get that model, you want to drag the doors folder inside of workspace. You want to create a folder called modules inside of replicated storage, and then you're going to want to insert the sliding door module script inside of that folder, and the sliding door server goes into server script service. Let's get started on the module script. It's not much, but first we grab our tween service. That's what we're using to make the door open, that little animation you see. Next we're going to make two constant variables, one called slide distance and one called slide time. The slide distance is just how far the doors will open in their respective axes when you click the button. Like how you saw the door open, it went 5 studs over here, and this one also went 5 studs over here. So yeah, default is 5, but if you want to open up shorter or longer, just change this number to how many studs you want, and it'll go both ways. And the slide time, this is just how long it takes for the animation to play. So when I opened it, it took 0.6 seconds to open and 0.6 seconds to close. You can change that for your game's needs. Now this is the only function we're using, is the initialize function, and we put the door model in the parameter, which is the model of our door here. You can name it whatever you want. You can name your doors whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Just make sure they are models and inside the doors folder with all of these inside of it. Named exactly the same too. Unless you know what you're doing, you can modify the script, but this right here, we're just getting everything inside of our door model. The left door part, the right door, the toggle, the click detector that's in the toggle part right here, and we're getting the sound that plays when we open the door. Now, for this, our door has two attributes, one called isOpened, which is a boolean, and one called openTime, which is a number. So we're getting the number of that attribute right here. And let's just say we make another door and we accidentally delete it or something happens, we just default it to 3 just in case there's not an open time there, since it is very important. Now, then we're going to set the isOpen to false, just in case when we're making a door, we accidentally set it to true, so nothing breaks. We're just defaulting the door to its natural state, which is closed. Alright, next we're going to work on the tweening. So first we want to get the door's naturally closed position. So we're just going to make variables for the left door and the right door C-frame and store them up here. Okay, and then next we want to get their open position. And now what we did here is we dragged our door, as you can see here in our properties in the C-frame position. We pay attention to what axis is changing when we're dragging, so we know which one to change in scripting. So for us, it's going to be the X axis. So we want to make a variable, and it's going to be equal to left closed, the default position is right now, and then we're just going to multiply that by a new C frame, and the only axis we are changing is the axis it's changing on when we're dragging right here, which is going to be the X. The only thing we're adding is on that axis, which is going to be slide distance, which is 5. And we don't want anything on the other axis, so we just put 0. And we do the same thing on the right close, but for the right close, you see dragging, it's going in a negative value. So we want to put a minus sign and then slide distance to make that a negative number. Now, if we were to have these switched up, which I did when I was making this on accident, you know, it's going to be very noticeable because when you open it, it's now going to go inside of each other, which we don't want. Easy mistake, but very easy to fix. Just change up where you put that minus. Now that we have that, we want to create the tween info for the door opening. And the tween info, all it is the time for the tween animation to play, which is one we put up here. And then we want our easing style and easing direction. You can put whatever you want here, but I put sign and out. And then next, this is to prevent spamming. We have an anti-spam thing here. It's like a flag, basically, like a debounce, and like tools. So we're gonna call it is busy instead of false. So now this click detector runs when we click the button, the click detector inside of our button. And now this is to prevent spamming. So if is busy is equal to true, or the door or models is open boolean is set to true, then it's going to return end, and then none of this is going to run. So we can't spam the door and it's not going to break opening and closing really fast. But if that's not the case and the door is closed, we want to set is busy to true. And we're now going to set the is open boolean on the door to true to signal that it's open. And if somebody tries to click it when it's open, well, this line's just going to run and none of this is going to run. But now that we have the anti-spam out of the way, all we want to do is create our tween service now. Our tweening is that animation you saw when we click the button and the doors open. Just like that. Pretty much all we're doing is creating a new tween, and on the instance we want to tween is going to be the left door part, and then we're going to give that left door part our tween info, which is up here that we made. And then right here, after tween info, we're going to make a property table. Now, this part is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a table that holds a property. And the property that we want to change is the C frame of our instance that we chose. And we're going to set the C frame to left open, which we made up here, which is just sliding it over 5 studs. And we're going to play that. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the right door. But instead of left open, we're going to say right open. And then we're going to play our sound to make that little door opening sound. Now we want to wait. We want to wait the open time, which is 3 seconds, and you can change this to whatever you want. If you want to have a shorter open time or a longer open time, it's all up to you. But after that is done, we then want to all you gotta do is just copy this and paste it down here. But the only thing you're changing is that instead of left and right open, you want to do left and right closed, and then play that animation. And what it'll do, it'll just revert back to its closed state. And now this one's pretty important. We want to wait the slide time, which is 0.6. Now we wait this just to make sure the door is fully closed until we do anything else, so it doesn't look all weird when we're playing in a game. And after that, we want to set the is open attribute to false, and we're going to set the spam flag to false as well. And that's the whole module script. Now we want to get to the server script, and this one's a lot shorter. All we're doing is we're getting the sliding door module that we just made, and we're going to get the doors folder inside of workspace. Now, after that, we want to do a for loop, and we're going to make the door model our variable. And now we're going to loop inside of that doors folder, and we're going to get all the children inside of it, which would just be the test door in this case. Now we're going to check if that door model is a model, and what is a means is pretty much it's just checking its class name. So if the class name is equal to model, then we're going to run this. And our test door is a model, so now this will run through, and it's going to initialize this door model in our module script that we made. Pretty much, it's just going to give that door model everything in here. This whole function will run on this door model now. Now, let's see if you want let's say if you want multiple doors. You can just duplicate this, move it over here. We're gonna copy this as well. Move it over here. But let's say for this door, we want it to close quicker. Let's say in 1 second. Now, all we have to do is just change the attribute in that model. We don't have to change anything in the scripts. It does it all for us. Now, in this door, if you open it, it'll close in 3 seconds. And if we open this door, it'll close in 1 second. A lot faster. Very customizable and easy to use. And now, I'll show you the anti-spam, what I mean by that. So I don't know if you can hear my mouse clicking when I click this, but I don't know if you heard that, but I was clicking my mouse a whole lot, and the door only opens when it's already fully closed. Prevent the door spamming out. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like without that check. So if we comment out these lines, and then try to open it a whole bunch of times, you can see it's spamming the sound a whole bunch, and once it's closing, it'll randomly open. And yeah, we definitely don't want that. Very annoying. So let's uncomment these lines. And that is all for the tutorial. It was a short one, but I hope y'all liked it. Hope y'all learned something. I'll be posting more systems in the near future. But that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.